Flavor syrup and cordials, non-alcoholic. Focus on syrups for high-end cocktails, sodas, or coffee. Think seasonal flavors like rosemary, grapefruit, elderflower, or smoked vanilla. That's an excellent idea, isn't it? I will dive deep into the guide with you. Let's transform that detailed guide into like we're walking through the process together in the kitchen. Let's make high-end flavor syrups. A kitchen chat. Hey there, it sounds like you're ready to dive into making some seriously sophisticated flavor syrups. Ditching the commercial stuff and making your own is such a game changer. You get that superior flavor intensity and balance that takes your drinks to the next level. We'll nail this in 3 simple acts: getting the flavor out, making it a syrup, and finishing and bottling. Act 1. The flavor hunt, extraction. This first stage is all about being a flavor detective and gently pulling those beautiful aromas into our water. 1. Prep work, getting our ingredients ready. Think of this as warming up for the main event. We need to help the ingredients release their flavor oils without giving us bitter or grassy notes. For herbs, like rosemary, give them a gentle bruise, don't mince them. For rosemary, a light crush or a couple of quick scores with a knife on the sprigs is perfect. Mincing releases chlorophyll, and we do not want a grassy syrup. For citrus zest, grapefruit. This is critical. Only take the colorful peel. The white pith underneath is super bitter and will ruin your elegant syrup. Use a microplane and be precise. For spices, smoked vanilla, I split that vanilla bean right down the middle to expose the seeds. And if you're using whole spices like star anise and taiko, I lightly toast them in a dry pan for a minute until they smell amazing. This wakes up their oils, then lightly crush them. For juicy fruits, grapefruit. Zest it first, then save the actual juice. We'll use that fresh juice later in Act 3 to give the syrup a beautiful, refreshing pop. 1. The hot steep, infusing the essence. Now we get the flavors into our liquid solvent, which is just hot water. Grab a clean, non-reactive pot. Stainless steel is best. Bring your water to a gentle simmer, no hard rolling boil. A good starting ratio is about 1 part flavorings to 4 parts water. Crucially, take the pot off the heat right away. Add your prepped flavorings, rosemary and grapefruit zest, for example, and give them a light stir. And cover it tightly. This is non-negotiable. If you let the steam escape, you lose those wonderful, highly volatile aromatic oils, which are the essence of your syrup. The steep, let it sit covered. For delicate things like elderflower, 20-30 minutes is probably enough. For woody rosemary or robust vanilla, you might go 45 to 60 minutes. Taste as you go. You want the liquid to taste a little too intense right now because we're about to dilute it with sugar. 1. Straining time, isolating the concentrate. We need to remove the solids cleanly once flavor is exactly where we want it. Strain the liquid through a fine mesh sieve into a clean container. Pro tip for clarity. If you want that crystal clear, high-end look, strain it a second time through a piece of cheesecloth or a coffee filter. Do not squeeze the solids. Squeezing releases bitter compounds and can make your syrup cloudy. So what you have now is your concentrate, pure flavor magic. Act 2, building the body syrup base. Time to turn that potent concentrate into a thick, delicious, and shelf-stable syrup by adding sugar. 1, the ratio decision. This determines the texture and how long it lasts. Rich syrup, a 2.1 ratio, sugar to liquid, is the commercial standard. It's thick, luxurious, and preserves the best. Balanced syrup. For complex flavors like rosemary grapefruit, I love a 1.5.1 ratio. It's still rich and stable, but lets the flavor shine a little brighter. Measure your concentrate volume, then measure your sugar based on your chosen ratio. White sugar keeps it clear, but something like light brown sugar can add a lovely molasses depth to flavors like smoked vanilla. 1, dissolving the sugar gently. Pour the concentrate back into your clean pot. Put it over low-medium heat. We are dissolving, not boiling. Slowly pour in the sugar while constantly stirring with a wooden spoon. Keep going until every single sugar crystal has dissolved. It should feel smooth, not gritty on the back of the spoon. Watch the heat. Don't let it boil hard for a long time. Too much heat can mess up the delicate flavors and even cause your syrup to crystallize later. As soon as all the sugar is dissolved, pull it off the heat. Done. Act 3, the polish, finishing and storing. This is where we perfect the flavor balance and get it ready for storage. 1, adding the brightness, acid. A concentrated syrup needs acid to keep it from tasting heavy or flat. Acid is the secret ingredient that makes the flavor pop. For our rosemary grapefruit, add the fresh grapefruit juice we saved earlier. Start with just a couple of tablespoons per 4 cups of initial water, then taste. Add more until that beautiful sweet tart balance is just right. No citrus. If your flavor is elderflower or vanilla, use a tiny pinch of citric acid or a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice to brighten things up. The final taste should be intensely flavorful, sweet, and wonderfully refreshing with a noticeable tart finish. 1. Optional, security, stabilization. Your rich syrup is good for a month or 2 in the fridge, but if you want it to last for 3-6 months, a touch of preservative is key. A tiny bit of potassium sorbate, less than 0.1%, will inhibit mold and yeast. Dissolve it in a tiny bit of water first, then stir it into your warm syrup. 1. Bottling up the goodness. Hygiene is everything here to maximize shelf life. Sanitize. Get your bottles, swing tops or chic and grate, super clean. Run them through the dishwasher on a hot cycle or boil them in water for 10 minutes. Cool down. This is important. Let the finished syrup cool completely to room temperature. Bottling hot syrup can crack the glass or create condensation under the cap, which can lead to spoilage. To pour and seal, i.e., use a funnel to fill the cool syrup into the sterilized bottles. Fill them right up to minimize the air gap. Label and chill. Cap them tight. Slap a label on it with the date, and always keep your high-end syrup stored in the refrigerator. Now you have a custom complex syrup ready to dazzle in any drink. So you are ready to mix up a cocktail with that gorgeous rosemary grapefruit syrup we just made. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day.